Hello my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Wednesday and that means a midweek check-in. I'm sorry that I didn't have my Sunday coffee clutch, but you know, my father had a little stroke but it all looks well. He's still in the hospital, but normally he can go home on Friday. He has some tests tomorrow still, but everything, well, his facial features went back to normal. So, and his speech has improved a lot. So, and he can walk and do whatever he likes. So that's good. Anyway, so what have I been reading lately? Well, I first read Fingerbone by Hiroshi Takahashi. And then this lovely book, Ascension by Macinnes. Then I also read A House with Good Bones by Kingfisher. Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Wilsner. And last but not least, Two Faces of January by Patricia Highsmith. This is a buddy read with Ollie from Criminology. So I will start with this one. Two Faces of January is about a couple. And the man of the couple is on the run for the American authorities, and they are, as we speak, in Greece and Athens. And he is on the run because he has committed a lot of fraud and a lot of people have lost a lot of money. And yeah, those are angry. And at a certain point, there's a police officer that comes over to their hotel room to question if he is indeed the person they are looking for. And there's a struggle, and the police officer is dead. And then there's this third person, who also an American, who offers to give them a sort of an alibi. So it's impossible that he will be convicted for that murder action. And it all goes from there. It's really well written. Well, the first 2/3 are in a very high pace, very entertaining, very a bit different. It's a different approach to her normal way of writing. So I think the characters are less important in a way, and yeah, it's different. It had a different feel to it. Then it slacked a bit, and then the ending picked up really nicely. But for me, Two Faces of January, this is an original cover. This is a cul-de-sac. Normally, no one passes here. So the original cover of 1964. This one is from 1964. Imagine that. Yeah. Although there are booktubers older than this little booklet. Anyway, then I also read, oh yeah, that was really beautiful, Fingerbone. Fingerbone is not really a novella, but still 160 pages. It's not really that long. So it is written by Hiroshi Takahashi. And I saw this on Books and Bow, and I really wanted to read it. So this is about the Second World War and it is a Japanese soldier who gets wounded and also has to kill people. And it really is about how the Japanese military deals with their people, with their soldiers and with their wounded. And it was an interesting and very well-written book. I really enjoyed it, especially the last part of the book was amazing. His character development and the way he talks about his feelings are very well done. Yet there's also a lot of action in it. So if you're more of an action reader, you will like this book, especially the second part. A House with Good Bones. Well, by T. Kingfisher. This was my first T. Kingfisher, and at the beginning I was not sure if I was going to like it, but I really did. So the girl, the protagonist, I forgot her name, she gets a phone call from her brother and he says Mom is a little off. There's something weird about it. And she decides to go home for a couple of days, and the first thing she sees that there are vultures around the house. And there's one, I believe, on the mailbox. And yeah, mother seems a little bit off, and then a lot of strange things begin to happen, and she's not sure if it's all in her mind or if it's real. And then more vultures flock around the house, and it was a fun read. It was a good read. I really enjoyed it. And then Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Wilsner. I wrote on Goodreads a book so lightweight it was written with helium. So this is a story about a college student, and they go to a bar. She goes to a bar and she meets an older woman, and they have a one-night stand. And then the day after, she has a lunch meeting with her roommate and the roommate's family. Of course, the mother of the roommate is the one-night stand. And yeah, everything evolved from that. Mistakes were made. Well, the only mistake that I could find is that there was not enough at stake. There was no conflict at all. Nothing really happened in the sense that nobody evolved. The mother didn't evolve. She talked like a teenager. She reacted like a young person. It was not really well done. I can understand that with all the scenes, people find it a very enjoyable read, a very cozy read, but there has to be some real development. There has to be something at stake. If when the daughter found out, they oh yeah, oh really, oh okay, then that's it. I mean, there was no conflict whatsoever. So yeah, it was a bit too much fairy tale for me, too lightweight indeed. And then this book, in Ascension. It took me a while to grasp what I've actually read. So we follow Lee, and she is a Dutch marine biologist. Her mother is somebody who is quite frail and has some very mental issues, and she only can find happiness in maths. And then her father is a failed architect in a way. So instead of creating beautiful houses, he works for the waterworks in the Netherlands, because it's first set in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. And her sister is, she's more the person who gets blamed, but Lee takes care of her, and the only moment she really feels herself is when she is swimming in the Nieuwe Maas, which is a river in, a canal in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. The depictions of what happens in Rotterdam is really well done. It's really well done. You can almost think, you would think that it's written by somebody who lives there. So that is really, really well done. You can feel Rotterdam. You can see it. That was absolutely marvelous. And then Lee, who is now a marine biologist, goes on a mission underwater, which was strange to read because it was during the same time that the Titan imploded near the Titanic. And so they find a sort of a hole, and that could be where all life started. They feel different afterwards, and they also have weird experiences, and they pass out and stuff like that. And then she is asked to help with a mission in space. At first, she has to learn how to grow algae so they can grow their own food in the spaceship. And she does that, and then they go on to the mission beyond Saturn. And it's all very interesting. And it's a bit weird when you read this book. It's like you're watching an emotional documentary. So a lot is explained, and he also shows how boring preparing for something can be. And he really weaves in boring moments because he wants to make you feel how it feels. And moments at the spaceship itself can be really boring at times, but also very interesting. And the interaction between her and her two colleagues during the space travel is also very interesting. And the interaction with her sister is also very well done. It's a remarkable book. You can't really put a finger on it. And at first, when I finished the book, I was like, what did I just read? You know, it wasn't as straightforward. But I think this will maybe win awards, or at least will be nominated for a couple of awards, I think. So yeah, this was Ascension by Martin Macinnes. So yeah, that's it. That was my reading week. I am also reading the Decameron for Classics and Company. There's still time to join us. It is very readable. I was afraid of it a bit. I was daunted by it, but it's really very readable. There are some moments that are really funny and absolutely recognizable and enjoyable. So yeah, it's an easy read. So highly recommend it. If you want to join us, there's still time, and go to the library, get yourself a copy, and join us in the Discord. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope to be back on Friday if nothing happens, and then talk to you later. Bye-bye.